Welcome to the deep dive. So today we're moving past just, counting hours of sleep. We're getting into the real driver of feeling consistently energized. The title for this deep dive says it all, really. The exhaustion cycle no one talks about.
Exactly. We get so fixated on did I get 8 hours?
Right, but we miss this huge piece, our internal timing system, your body clock, this circadian rhythm.
And if that clock is off, consistently off, that's where the exhaustion cycle kicks in.
Yeah, you feel wiped out mid-afternoon, but then suddenly you're wired at 10 p.m.
Total inconsistency, even if you're technically in bed long enough.
So that cycle, that inconsistency,
Yeah,
that's what we're tackling today.
absolutely. Because real, lasting energy and health.
Yeah.
It's not just about sleep. It's about lining up your whole day with that master clock inside you.
Okay.
So our mission here is to lay out 5 core pillars. Think of it like a blueprint with actionable steps you can actually use to optimize that rhythm.
A blueprint. I like that. Because
Yeah.
getting this alignment right, that's the foundation for everything else, yeah?
Right.
Good sleep, feeling good overall.
That's the non-negotiable basis.
Yeah. Okay, let's unpack this blueprint. Pillar 1, you're saying, is light.
Light. It's the absolute master signal, the most powerful cue we have.
So we have to be intentional about sending the right light signals to our brain at the right times. Otherwise, the clock just gets scrambled.
Precisely. Scrambled is a good word. Light is what scientists call a Zeitgeber. It literally means time giver.
Zeitgeber. Okay.
And the first step, the crucial one, it sounds simple, but almost everyone gets it wrong nowadays, is getting morning sunlight within an hour of waking up.
Sunlight. Okay, we mean outside sunlight. Right, not just like looking through the bedroom window.
Yes, outside. That's a key distinction.
Why? What's the difference? Is window glass really that bad?
It is, actually. It filters out a surprising amount of the crucial wavelengths, the specific kind of light your brain needs.
Yeah.
When you step outside, even if it's cloudy,
Yeah.
you're hitting your eyes with light intensity measured in thousands of lux. Indoors, you're lucky to get a few hundred.
Wow. Okay. Big difference.
Huge. And that blast of bright light, it immediately anchors your entire circadian rhythm for the whole day. It tells your brain, okay, it's morning, start the clock. It regulates cortisol, that wake-up hormone, and it sets the timing for melatonin release later that night.
So step 1, get outside within an hour of waking. Aim for that bright light. You said maybe 1,000 lux or more, which is like a bright, overcast morning.
Exactly. It's way brighter than you think and much more powerful than your indoor lights. Critical first step.
And this isn't just a morning thing, is it? The light management continues.
Oh, yeah. You need reinforcement. Mid-morning, if you can, get near a bright window. Or even better.
Take a break outside.
Yes. Take a quick walk outside during lunch. Think of it like a daylight booster shot. It really helps fight off that afternoon slump, Keeps those daytime alertness signals strong.
Okay, got the daytime signals down. Now the flip side, the evening. We need to tell the brain the day's ending, right?
Exactly. The wind-down signal. And this requires active effort. About 2 to 3 hours before you plan to sleep, you need to start dimming your household lights. Seriously, dimming them.
How dim are we talking?
We're aiming for maybe around 50 lux. Think the ambiance of a dim restaurant, or maybe just 1 or 2 soft lamps instead of bright overheads.
50 lux, okay.
This physical drop in light level is the physiological cue your brain needs to start producing melatonin naturally. If you keep your place lit up like a stadium until bedtime.
You're basically telling your brain it's still daytime.
You got it. You're actively delaying your own wind-down process.
And the elephant in the room? Screens, phones, laptops, TV. They blast blue light, which is the enemy here, isn't it?
The main enemy of melatonin, yes.
Yeah.
So tactical defense. If you have to use screens after, say, 8 p.m., get some blue blocking glasses, the amber-tinted ones.
Do they really work?
They do. They filter out those specific high-energy blue wavelengths that are notorious for suppressing melatonin. So you can finish that email without completely wrecking your sleep prep.
And if glasses aren't your thing?
Then at the very least, use the night mode or screen filter settings built into your devices. They help, though maybe not quite as much as glasses.
Okay. But there's one more light source people forget, right? The little ones.
Ah, yes. The tiny offenders. Those little LED pinpricks of light in the bedroom, your smoke detector, your charging cable, the clock radio.
Well, you're saying even those matter.
Absolutely. Even tiny amounts of light hitting your retina can be enough to slightly suppress melatonin and make your sleep more fragmented, less deep. Your brain interprets it as not quite dark, maybe not safe. Cover them up. Black tape is your friend.
Wow. Okay, light management is huge. Sets the foundation. So if light gives the time, What locks it in?
Consistency. That's the next pillar. Timing your life. If light is the signal, consistent timing makes that signal reliable and builds a resilient rhythm.
And here's where I think the advice gets a bit surprising. Most people focus on having a strict bedtime, but you're saying focus on the wake time.
100%. The single most effective anchor for your entire circadian system is a consistent wake time.
Really? Why is that more important?
Because everything flows from when you first open your eyes and get that initial light exposure.
Mm.
Fixing your wake time, same time every single day, weekends included.
Ugh, weekends too.
Weekends too.
Yeah.
That sends the most reliable, powerful signal to your master clock, day after day. Even if you had a rough night and got to bed late, waking up at the same time resets the clock properly.
And that consistency helps avoid, what was it called, social jet lag?
Exactly, social jet lag. That's the mess you create when you sleep in super late on Saturday and Sunday.
Right, you shift your body clock later.
Yeah, it's like you flew a few time zones west for the weekend, then Monday morning hits and bam, you're forcing your body back east. It feels awful because your internal clock is completely scrambled.
Makes sense. Consistent wake time prevents that weekly jet lag feeling.
Totally. Now, that master clock in your brain isn't the only clock we have.
Ah, right. You mentioned peripheral clocks, like
Mhm.
in our gut.
That's right. Your liver, your digestive system, they have their own clocks. And we synchronize them primarily through meal timing.
Okay, so establishing a consistent eating window helps.
Definitely. Aim for an 8 to 10 hour window each day. So if you have your first bite at 8 a.m., try to have your last bite by 6 p.m. or maybe 8 p.m. at the latest. This lines up those gut clocks with the brain clock. Everything works better together.
And that leads to the 8 p.m. rule I've heard about. Avoid big meals late.
Yes. The data is pretty clear on this. If you eat more than half your daily calories after 8 p.m., it can actually delay your entire circadian rhythm by about 2 hours.
2 hours just from eating late. How?
Well, digesting a huge meal takes a lot of energy. Your liver's clock senses this massive nutrient influx late at night and basically thinks, whoa, must be midday, time to process. It overrides the brain's signal that it's time to wind down and repair.
So your body's trying to digest instead of rest.
Exactly. Not ideal for sleep.
Okay, so for someone listening wanting to dial this in, how do they figure out their best timing? We're not all the same, right? Early birds, night owls.
Great point. Personalization is key. Try tracking yourself for a week. Just jot down when you naturally feel most alert, when you get hungry, when you start feeling sleepy. This gives you clues about your own internal wiring, your chronotype.
And then you align your consistent wake time and your eating window to fit your pattern.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Makes the whole system feel more natural and less like you're fighting your own biology.
Okay, light managed, timing consistent. Pillar 3, movement, exercise.
Yeah, strategic movement. We all know exercise is good, but when you do, it matters hugely for your rhythm. It impacts core body temperature and stress hormones like cortisol.
Right, so rule number 1 seems to be about not exercising too close to bed.
Absolutely non-negotiable. Any vigorous, high-intensity stuff, heavy lifting, hard cardio, needs to be finished at least 3 hours before you plan to sleep.
3 hours? Why such a long gap?
Because that kind of exercise jacks up your core body temperature and your cortisol levels. Both of those need time, usually those 3 hours, to come back down to baseline. If you try to sleep while you're still internally hot and hormonally activated,
Sleep quality suffers.
deep sleep especially takes a hit. Your body physically can't get into that restorative state easily.
So if someone has flexibility, when is the best time for that tough workout?
The sweet spot seems to be late afternoon or early evening, say between 3 p.m. and 7 p.m.
Why then?
You leverage your natural afternoon peak in body temperature for better performance. Plus, the workout helps build up adenosine, which increases sleep pressure later. And crucially, it gives you that full 3+ hour cool-down window before bed.
Okay, so intense stuff earlier, but movement isn't totally off limits in the evening?
No, not at all. Gentle movement is actually really beneficial later on, like a light walk after dinner.
How does that help?
It aids digestion without spiking your core temperature too much. It just supports that natural physiological shift towards evening relaxation.
And what about right before bed? Any specific type of movement?
Yes, this is where strategic relaxation comes in. Things like slow, gentle stretching or some calming yoga poses.
Ah, triggering the rest and digest system.
Exactly. It encourages what's called a parasympathetic rebound. It helps actively shift your nervous system out of fight or flight mode and into that calm parasympathetic state you need to fall asleep easily.
Okay, makes sense. Light, timing, movement. Pillar 4 must be the environment itself. The bedroom.
The sleep sanctuary, yes. These subtle factors can absolutely make or break your night, even if you've done everything else right.
And top of the list is usually temperature, right?
Temperature's huge. You actually need your core body temperature to drop to initiate and maintain good sleep.
So keep the room cool.
Yes. The ideal range seems to be somewhere between 60 and 67 degrees Fahrenheit. That's about 16 to 19 Celsius.
That sounds quite cool to some people.
It can feel cool initially, but it really supports that necessary internal temperature drop for deep restorative sleep cycles. A warm room often leads to more fragmented sleep.
Okay, cool room. What else in the environment? Air quality.
Definitely. Two things here. Humidity and co-row. You want humidity ideally between 40 and 60%. Too dry or too damp can irritate airways.
And co-euro, carbon dioxide, how does that build up?
In a well-sealed bedroom, with the door closed all night, the fewer euros you exhale can actually build up to levels that might slightly impair sleep quality and even next-day cognitive function.
Huh. Never thought about that. So what do you do? Crack a window?
Cracking a window for cross-ventilation is a great simple fix. Or using an air purifier can help circulate the air and filter out potential allergens too. Good airflow is key.
And this environment isn't static through the year, is it? Seasons change.
Great point. The seasonal factor. Your body clock is always sensing the changing day length outside. You
Yeah.
need to adapt.
How so?
Well, in winter, when sunrise is late, getting that bright morning light signal within an hour might be impossible naturally.
Right, it's still dark.
So you might need to use a bright light therapy lamp for 15-20 minutes upon waking to mimic that outdoor signal and anchor your clock. You also adjust your activity timing and maybe even room temperature slightly to stay aligned as the seasons shift. It's an ongoing calibration.
It really brings it all together.
Yeah, if you step back and look at the bigger picture, it's kind of amazing, isn't it? We have all these different control points. We talked about tiny LED lights, the timing of our biggest meal when we exercise.
Bunker airflow.
Exactly. And every single one feeds back into that master clock, either helping stabilize it or throwing it off kilter. The goal really isn't just about forcing sleep for 8 hours. It's about creating these sustainable daily rhythms to escape that constant exhaustion cycle.
So for you listening right now, what this really means is you have more control than you probably think.
Mm.
You can actually take the guesswork out of why you feel energetic one day and totally drained the next. By aligning these daily actions, light, timing, movement, environment, with your natural rhythm, you're building this solid foundation for feeling consistently well mentally and physically.
It's proactive well-being.
Yeah. And maybe just one final thought to chew on after this deep dive. If making all these changes feels overwhelming right now,
Yeah.
just pick one thing this week and maybe make it that consistent wake time no matter what.
The anchor.
The anchor. Just think about how fixing that one thing, getting up at the same time every single morning, regardless of how you slept, how that immediately influences your morning light exposure when you feel hungry, when that afternoon slump hits or doesn't hit. Just explore that connection. It's surprisingly powerful.